Hey everybody, welcome. It's Kelly in Black Thread Studio, and today is April 17th, 2021, Saturday, but you might not be seeing this until tomorrow. But I am so excited about what we're going to do this weekend with you. So let me catch my breath because I'm so excited. I hope this works out. Number one, it's a beautiful day. It's sunny, maybe 50s, which is kind of warmer for us right now in Wisconsin. You know, we're used to a big flux of, one day it's beautiful in the 70s and the next day it's in the 40s. But I wanted a nice sunny day to take you today. I'm going to get my mom. I have her every third weekend, Shirley. If you haven't seen From Shirley's Cottage, that's my mom, and I read her articles that she wrote for the Cambridge newspaper. This is the one I'm doing today. So that will be in a separate video, but today I'm going to get my mom. I'm outside of Milwaukee, and my family has been in Cambridge with a cottage for almost 60 years. It was just truly a cottage, and then after my dad passed away way too young, when he was 57, my mom retired, maybe how many years later, and moved up to the cottage, and now my brother and my sisters and my niece live there. My son Sam is back in the area. So Cambridge and Lake Ripley are very dear to our hearts, if you haven't heard me talk about it. And today we are going to go to Cambridge. And what I'm going to do, I might show you, I think this is what I'm going to do so that you can kind of watch for it. I'm sure this will be in 3 parts. I'll have this introduction where I'm going to show you a few things, talk a little bit about cross stitch. Then I think when I get to the lake, I think I'm going to do just a video of driving around the lake. You guys who watch Kate, The Last Homely House, I love when she has taken us with her on her rides out in the country to see that whole area. I'm going to do that. I did a little snippet, back in the fall. I don't know when I did it. Maybe it was winter. A little snippet of the lake, but I think what I might do is, it's 5 miles around the lake. I think I might just take that drive with you so you can see. This is one of the lakes that about 3/4 of it, you can drive all the way around the lake and be on the lake road with houses. The other quarter is like on a little highway country road. So you can almost see the whole lake all the way around. I might take you on that drive with me and pick up my mom, and then we're gonna drive into Cambridge. I plan to show you when I got divorced, I moved into a condo, which was right on the outskirts of town. I really wanted to be on the lake, but sadly couldn't afford to do that. Met Jim, and then between moving here with Jim, I sold my condo in like a day. And I didn't have any place to go because I still had a dog and work and things I had to take care of. So I rented for almost a year one of the first oldest houses in Cambridge on Main Street that it's said to be haunted. I did have a few encounters there, so I don't know if you want to hear about them or not, but it's the coolest house. It's one of those things where I would drive by and go, oh, I wonder what that house looks like inside. And then for a little while there was a little jewelry shop in there. The lady lived there, and then on the side porch had a little shop, and I'll take you by that. Then I'm going to show you Rowe Pottery has been in 1, 2, 3, it's in its 4th location in Cambridge on Main Street, and I will tell you a little bit about that. So we have part 1 is this, part 2 will be going around the lake, and then part 3 will be Rowe Pottery. So stay tuned for all of the parts that I have to show you. So if you're not familiar with Rowe Pottery, it's mainly known for its sock glazed. And as you can see, I talked about my cross stitch, I think last week or 2 weeks ago, that I had done years and years ago because it was patterns that I found that were the sock glazed patterns. And I finished up a few of those to show you, so I'll do that in a little bit here. This is not my first one, but it was similar to this. My sister Deb got it for me for Christmas. I believe they opened in 1975, So I think that was probably my first piece. I have a whole tub of it down in the basement. I wish I had a place to display it. I just don't. I could make a place, but you know, Jim doesn't like stuff. So, but this makes me want to revive it all and just get it out and put it somewhere. I am hoping and praying that in some delusional part of my mind, when I was cleaning out the basement, I didn't take that whole tub to Goodwill. I'm kind of afraid to go down in the basement and look. But I do have these pieces set aside to show you. So this one is stamped 1986. I'll show you a few of the original like soft glaze pieces. I am so fortunate to have this one. This is marked 2003. You can put a little light in there. It's just Cambridge, just a little kind of hometown funky house. I don't even think it really represents any building or certain house. It's just a little cottage. And then this I had for Sam when he was born, the little mug and plate, kind of a little saucer. And then Rowe Pottery, I did flip some, I'm looking at it, up on my red cabinet there, they did some yellow kind of crackle, and the other one's a cream, and this is what the cream one looks like. And you can see Rowe Pottery stamp there. I don't know if you can see the crackle. This is a smaller canister. I have the graduated that I did for flour, sugar, and whatever else I put in the other one. This one's been empty, just on display. And then I have some of these. This one is dirty because I did have it outside with plants in it. They did a bunch of these with different colors on the trim. I have a yellow. I think they did a really pretty light blue. I don't know if they still do these, but I will find out today when we go. And all the potters do have their own symbol and initials, I think, that they stamp it with when they made it. That is RPW, Rowe Pottery Works. And I'm just really excited to share that with you, all you guys. So let me show you what I did. This one, I didn't stuff because I ran out of, whoops, sorry about that. I ran out of the walnut shells, and that's what I wanted to stuff it with. This was not at all a Rowe Pottery design. It was just salt glazed patterns that I had from probably the 80s, maybe early 90s. So if anybody knows what these are, this is the bird. These are all very, I'll tell you guys about this in a second, but these are all very traditional, I guess, designs. So these I did on a light blue Aida cloth, I think 18 count. And back in the day, I'm sure I didn't have access to all the really cool linens and stuff. I wish I would have had something this color for the background. If I ever did redo these or find a pattern like that, I would redo it on some type of probably raw linen. I tried to tea and coffee stain these. I really like the distressed. This one came out really well. This one, the bird, didn't get distressed hardly at all. Hardly at all. I didn't know if it looked too bare and I wanted to put something like that on it. I just have them laying flat. I did finish off, I'll show you how I finished the back. That's just some wool and one of my yo-yos. This one was the design that I used for the block of the month last week, that I kind of mimicked that, the flower heart. I love this one. That's how I did the back on this one. And I'll show you the yo-yo templates I used. This is supposed to be a heart. Now, I think it just looks like a blob. I just lost my heart yo-yo. These are the clover templates. This is the heart. They do have the millimeter size on there, but honestly, I can't see it right now. I think I gave my larger yo-yo template to Hadley, and I had this little one. It turned out that small. Does it look like a heart? At first I thought it just looked like a bundled up piece of fabric. And then I wanted to show you, I did another one that's a little bit different. This one, I think is pretty cool. This is actually the oval shape. So you guys can find these anywhere, any craft store, I'm sure. The oval template by Clover. Turned out like that. And then I'm going to show you how I did these. I was watching some floss tubes with their finishing. I know it wasn't Vanna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher. I love how she finishes and how she does everything. I know it wasn't Vanna. I'm thinking this might be a technique that Lori Holt does. I have watched Lori Holt. I have not seen her do this or talk about it, but I have a feeling it is her technique, and that I heard some other floss tubers talking about it. So I didn't watch how to do it. I just did it the way I thought. Where I think, anyway, you know, I would fill it. I showed you guys before when I did, it was the house door stop. I sew it into here, turn it inside out, fill it, and then I slip stitch the ends. I would still do that with the walnut shells, because this was a big mess, if you can imagine. I didn't think it through, and I didn't get it filled like I wanted to, but these are going to be displayed flat, and I will put a picture of those in too, maybe at the beginning or the end, so just watch for that. So I believe it's Lori Holt puts a slit in her back, and I was thinking, oh, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can cut it. And then she covers it with something cool, like a piece of fabric or wool or something. For mine, I threw my yo-yos on. What I did was, when I slit it, I did just a little stay stitch around there so I could get it turned inside out without tearing the fabric or having to unravel. And then, oh, I had a piece cut for you here. I have so many things I want to talk to you about. Anyway, when I did this, can you see in there? I actually have an old sheet that I covered up my cross stitch with. I didn't need to do it with this because it's cotton, but I covered the back, and then I used another, on these, I used another piece of that sheet that after I got this filled, I glued down over that slit. And then once that was glued down with my liquid stitch Dritz glue, you know, my favorite stuff, I'm just grabbing it so I can show it to you. This is the best stuff right here. I just glued that little piece of sheet over that, and then I did a piece of wool over that I just tacked down with some embroidery floss, and then I did my yo-yo. These have my little Black Thread Studio tags on them because I like them. So this one will get finished. Okay, that was Rowe Pottery. So that was the beginning and introduction of it. Just wait till we go. Fingers crossed, you guys, that they are going to let us video in there, and that I can, and I haven't been in there for a long time. Think about it. It's been COVID, and they've been in this new location, I think, for a couple years, and I don't think I've been in the work area. You'll see. There's a whole open kind of garage type thing where they will open it up in the summer, and that's where the artists, you can actually see them throwing the pottery. And this was a cool building. It used to be an antique store, and then the other part of it that has the potters in it used to be a bar. It used to be a bar. So anyway, we will go do that. But until then, I have a couple other things I want to talk to you about. Of course, we have the drawing for the winners of the basket and the other two patterns. I gotta set this down for a minute because I don't want to break it. Well, you guys, know how wonderful you are, or how much, I don't know, the whole community of crafters, floss tubers, quilters, people who create are just so awesome. Aren't we? Oh, I forgot to tell you something, show you something else. Look what I found. This was in one of the Rowe Pottery. Oh, I actually had it stuck in here. And I'm thinking, how fun for me to find this old cross-stitch stuff that I did. So Sam's gonna be 26, so, well, this was 2001. Okay, so, yeah, how many years ago was that? You guys, that was 20 years ago. I didn't even know I knew how to do those eyelet stitches. Look at that star with the eyelet stitching in there. I made this little bag and I cross-stitched Sam's tooth bag, 2001. And I took it out and I thought, oh my God, is there a tooth in there? I dumped it out. I have 6 of his teeth in here. I think he would be horrified and think that that was so gross. But I made that. So anyway, okay. Going back to how wonderful all you guys are. Besides Cheryl sending me the baker's twine and the card, this is the next gifted, as floss tubers say, stitchy kindness that I've received. And oh gosh, Bernadine, she went out of her way. You know, I didn't ask Bernadine's permission. Bernadine, I just said your name. I'm gonna show off and show them how sweet and kind you are. And maybe I will get your permission before I actually post this, but Bernadine is a pastor in Kentucky. And if you don't think that people aren't put in your life for reasons at the right time, then you're mistaken, because they are. So sweet Bernadine sent me, I don't even know what to show you first. Okay, I'll show you this first. She made my first homemade project bag. Look how cute that is. I actually have a project bag. And inside this project bag, I posted for this on Instagram, but, oh, I have words of wisdom from Jim. Jim's birthday was Thursday, and he turned 69, and which is good. And his words of wisdom are that today at 69, he doesn't feel any different than he did when he was 68. That's his words of wisdom. So I think that was pretty cool. Okay. So for Jim's birthday, let me back up and say that. I thought it would be fun to get Jim involved in some cross stitch, you know, and know a little bit more about why I'm just sitting there every night stitching while we're watching TV and, you know, having the bright light and all the good stuff. So I picked, I think 5 little sampler patterns that I thought were doable, that I could get done, that would speak to love, anniversary, something like that. And I thought, wouldn't it be fun, because floss tubers do this, they pick a date, like a start date of something that has significance, a birthday or what, anniversary. So that's what I did. I said, Jim. So we did this the night before his birthday. And then I bought the pattern and downloaded it on his birthday and started it Thursday night for his birthday. So I don't have the colored picture to show you, but this is what I did. And I know I'm jumping around, but I started this, and that is what I'm keeping in my project bag from Bernadine. So Jim and I picked together Lindy Stitches, Birds to the Boughs. Let me tell you what it says first. As birds are fitted to the boughs, so was my love to me. And then there's a place for initials where I can put our initials, and then I'll put the date. The pattern comes with a little note. I I think I can show you that. And then there was actually a poem written that she got from permission from the family to use part of that poem in this. So I am stitching this on, oh, I wasn't planning on saying any of that, but it's 32 count, I think, Belfast, white Belfast with a Zweigart base, and I'm not doing any of the called for colors because they're honestly, they're a little bit brighter than I like. But with my little package came this little bag. Right now I have all my DMC for this project in there. And then I also I wanted one of these, and I knew I would never take the time. Look how cute those ladies are. I knew I would never take the time to make one of these where you keep all your orts and your little scrap floss. It just sticks right to that. So can you imagine Bernadine took all the time to do that, but that's not even all of it. So I'm just going to tell you that I was so excited for all of it. And then when I saw this, I started crying. So this is a journal she made. She put a yo-yo on it. I love the rabbits and the beads, all the doodads. And then it is just, I'm going to take a few things out of here so it doesn't all fall out. I think I'm not sure if I can speak for Bernadine on this, but I think maybe from watching Kate at the last Homely House, making these journals like this with all the different papers. Whoops, I keep dropping things. Just look how cute. The pockets and all the little things stuck inside. Same up here. So I inscribed it to myself and said it was gifted from Bernadine, and this is gonna be where I keep all my favorite scriptures. There's days that something sticks with me, and there's so many cool songs that are actually taken from scripture that I like. I was gonna say one, but I can't think of it right now. But I am going to do that, and I'm not done. Kelly and Jim, she drew those. How beautiful is that? And on the back, Isaiah 49:16, it says, "See, I have written your name on the palms of my hands." It still makes me want to cry. And then she sent this thing. It's a little thing written up about not forgetting about why Jesus died on the cross for us, and it's this was around Easter time, and she stuck this nail in there. It was on here, and this made me cry because I actually went to a Catholic school, and Sister Julia, I think I've talked about her before, was my second grade teacher. Actually, my mom and I were just talking about Sister Julia, I think in one of the, from Shirley's Cottage. And Sister Julia talked about traveling and all these stories about traveling the Holy Land. And she had a little piece of wood in this case that I guess was blessed by the Pope. And in my second grade mind, I think I remember her saying it was, I think it was blessed in remembrance of like the cross, of what the cross would signify. And I just always think of that and think how cool that was, and what this signifies to me, and that Bernadine sent it to me. So thank you so much. This is more than just a thank you. So, okay, that was that. Okay, let me take a breath. and let's do the drawing, okay? I was not kidding when I told you that I would put your names in a hat. I know on FlossTube or giveaways, they're doing the random drawing generator. Well, number one, I don't have enough people coming yet. That might happen someday. But even if it does, I don't know if I'll do that because, I mean, let's stay old school. Let's put names in a hat. I used to have an old black man's top hat, and then I had a woman's hat that I had with it that was a straw hat. And I was looking for those when I kept saying that I had a cute hat. In my mind, I kept thinking, because I do use this one, but I kept thinking, I need to find those hats. And I think I gave them both to Paige. So, which is fine. If Paige has them, she loves hats as much as I do, or probably more. So anyway, this hat, isn't that cute? This is, when I lived in Arizona, I have a couple of these. These are made by a company where this is UV, the material that's used. I don't know if it's bamboo or what it is, but it's UV treated. So you really do protect your head and your face. So anyway, okay, let's get on. I think I'm going to go, so this is what I did. Everybody commented for the big basket. Here, I got comments for the big basket. Some of you included Peace on Earth. So everybody said God loves you and spread all that love around, which was my intent. Some of you also said peace on earth, and some of you said pray for peace. Some of you said all of them, and some of you forgot one or didn't do the other, or I didn't know if you saw the video, but I thought just to make it easier and to include more people, to get one of these, you had to say one of these. If you said this and these, does that make sense? Everybody's name is going in the hat. But to have the drawing for this, you had to say God loves you, or God loves somebody, everybody. And everybody's name that's in the hat did say that. So I just want to make sure that that was clear and fair. I was going to have Jim do this, but he's outside. He's outside, or maybe he just came in staking the trees.